If you're watching this on my other channel, it's because I have a community strike on my main channel, which is whatever. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. I expected it after basically laughing at Charlie Kirk's expense. But it kind of just goes to show you, it's kind of funny. Just the fuck your feelings crowd, how they actually don't practice what they preach. Like, it's okay for them to make memes and to make a mockery of George Floyd. To this very day, they still do it, which is what Charlie Kirk did. Yet, when you do the same back to a bully, it's suddenly a problem. You don't have to agree with what happened to him, but you shouldn't fucking support him in any fucking way. He doesn't deserve any grace. The man would have laughed and did laugh at any person who was part of a marginalized group that died by a gun or any other means. He took pleasure in the suffering of others. The man was a sociopath. And I actually think this reaction, and I've seen it from all over social media about Charlie Kirk's death and showing indifference towards it, just goes to show you that there's a lot of sociopaths in American society. Because the very fact is, you could actually defend the indefensible. I don't care what the context is. Anyone that even implies empathy is bad is a sociopath. You're fucking sick. You are a sick person that actually doesn't have any morals whatsoever. And if you support people like Charlie Kirk, you are a fucked up person. There is no fucking denying that. You're sick. You need to actually reevaluate your morals. If you actually think gleefully celebrating the suffering of others is a good thing. Did I gleefully celebrate what happened to him? Yes, but there's a difference. Because Charlie Kirk is scum. The man supported a genocide. He supported the starvation of children in Gaza. I don't care if he had a change of heart. I don't fucking believe it. You can't just do what he does and not expect consequences. The chickens have come home to roost. Do you think you could spread a bunch of hate and not expect some consequences? I don't care who did it, personally. No matter who does it, they're just going to justify what they wanted to do anyway. Charlie Kirk is nothing more than a mouthpiece that could easily be replaced. That's all he is. He's nobody special. The man has never known struggle in his life. He's fought against any right, the little we have, that the proletariat of this country has bled for. The man was a billionaire simp. He took money from billionaires and made it his life mission to make the lives of marginalized people worse. There is nothing to mourn about him. Nothing of value was lost. He was a propagandist that pushed the most racist kind of propaganda against the most vulnerable people. He was a misogynist, an ableist, and a man, if he had a chance to be the president, would have constructed concentration camps and would have actually gleefully sent millions of people into concentration camps. The man was a monster and would have become worse had he been allowed to continue with his career. The very fact is, those who are in the margins of society, those who are marginalized, we're supposed to have empathy for this fucker who would not think twice about sending someone like me to a concentration camp, that would not think twice about sending you into a concentration camp. The man was a monster. He was a monster. People may claim, oh, he didn't kill anyone. He actually got thousands of people killed with his rhetoric. He incited violence against marginalized groups for a decade. This man had blood on his hands. He has the blood of Palestinians on his hands as well. He defended Israel to his dying fucking breath. The very fact that we're expected to have empathy for a man that would never even think twice about tens of thousands of marginalized people being sacrificed just for him to get a little bit richer. This man was scum. And I believe that we don't owe him anything. That's what these billionaires want us to do. They want us to try to feel more empathy for our oppressors than feeling empathy for those who are in our level or below. Why should we extend empathy towards those who hate the very concept of empathy? You can use his own words to describe who he is, and the right wing will claim you're taking him out of context, yet they have no problem slandering victims of right-wing violence if they're black. Just sticking up anything just to make anyone not sympathize with them, because to be a right-winger is to be a sociopath and a psychopath. It's the very fact is we have to pay respect to the dead. What about respect for George Floyd? I don't see any respect with him, with these fucking people. I don't care if he had a family. There's many people that have had families, that have had families destroyed because of people like Charlie Kirk. That had families that have been destroyed, that have been inspired by Charlie Kirk's violent rhetoric. In the rare instance where someone who is fucking evil like him gets what they deserve, we're expected to feel sorry for them. It's pathetic. I refuse to show any respect for someone that supported a genocide. Charlie Kirk was a genocide supporter. He supported what Israel was doing in freaking Gaza. He supported it. He was an enthusiastic supporter of it. And this arrogant man thought he was untouchable. He found out in his final moments he's as mortal as the rest of us. You don't have to agree what the shooter did, but you shouldn't condemn it either, considering the fact that these right-wingers wouldn't extend that courtesy to you. Enough of this liberal garbage. Like, I know there's conspiracy theories out there. I wouldn't say conspiracy theories, but there are some with some merit that he may have been killed by Israel, which I do think it's plausible. And as of this recording, there's also some evidence that he could have been killed by a left-wing sharpshooter. We simply do not know who killed him or what the motives are, but I'm convinced that we might not find the killer. Because they would have caught him by now. Like, the timing of his death is suspicious. I will give those who believe in that theory to be, onto something. But we cannot ignore the possibility it could be a left-wing sharpshooter either. Either way, Charlie Kirk, he's a footnote, nothing more. Give it a week or two, and he will be forgotten, because scum like him that commit acts of evil, they're not remembered. He's no one special. He could easily be replaced, and it's fortunate he never got a chance to harm even more people by being the president of the United States, because I think he would have been president had he lived. Anyway, hopefully this won't be taken down, but I won't be surprised. Anyway, so yeah, I don't regret what I said in my previous video. In fact, I won't take anything back. Evil scum, I will celebrate every time they pass from this world. And I would do the same for Bill Clinton. I would do the same for Obama. I do the same for Joe Biden. Anyone that's a genocidal monster, I will celebrate their deaths. And those that support it. So no, Charlie Kirk is nobody special. He's just one scumbag of thousands that serve the fascist state. And a scumbag whose use has been exhausted.